Okay, good evening, Tuckahoe. What's today's date? Anybody know?
The 10th.
June 10th, Tuckahoe ZBA meeting. First, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thanks. Nancy, please call the roll.
Member Ringwald.
Present.
Member Scalzo.
Present.
Member Palladino.
Present.
Member Barendez.
Present.
Chairman Gallo.
Present. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. This is the continuation of the vote from I believe it's the June 3rd, was it?
Yes.
Yes, the June 3rd meeting. We have a resumption of the vote, and I'm going to allow a resumption of the discussion. And as was previously discussed, Member Palladino shall go first.
Good evening. Before I cast my vote, there are two things I want to state regarding this application. The first is an email regarding this application I received from our village attorney, which he received and forwarded. The public can form their own opinion with regard to its content. Subject was 100 Main Street, and the gist of it is here's what the applicant came back with as his proposal. Right, it was sent by Les Merritt to Gary Gerstein, CC to Frank Fish, our village consultant. All right, it was sent May 14th, and the subject was 100 Main Street. Two alternate proposals. 1, 22 units. Building envelope and elevators will stay the same with 6 two-bedroom units on the 4th floor. Parking, at least 50 spaces with 17 sets of tandem spaces along back wall. Parking area in rear will be excavated out an additional 10 feet to allow tandem parking. 2 options for front row of parking. Eliminate 4 tandem spaces and enlarge proposed front smaller office space tandem into tandem spaces to be used for retail or community room gym for tenants for a total of 50 spaces, or leave 4 tandem spaces in front area for a total of 54 spaces and requiring no variance or a 3-space variance. Or, second proposal, 18 units with 37 parking spaces as informally requested by ZBA will be Section 8 or affordable housing. Much lower construction costs, and owner has already been approached by the county and affordable housing groups and fund sources. It was sent by Leslie B. Marin, Esquire, Marin and Mazzetti, 5 Rochester Avenue, Pound Ridge, New York. Secondly, I have not voted in favor of any application before me which requested a variance for a 4th floor in the business residential district. My reason for this is that subsequent variances have become necessary and requested due to the addition of 4th floor are usually, in my opinion, excessive because the 4th floor was added. Paramount of those subsequent variances are floor area ratio, building coverage, and especially parking, which in this area, as pointed out by numerous residents, is a nightmare and will be exacerbated by the reduction of existing on-street parking spaces that will be eliminated when this project is built. We can only hope for the residents in this area that if the parking variance is granted, the decrease in off-street parking spaces on the premises by the variance will not increase the on-street parking problem. If there is no 4th floor, the variances, although not perfect, move more toward being reasonable and acceptable. It is for this reason, and because the necessity for this application was totally self-created due to the changes and lapses in previously accepted, requested, and granted variances to the applicant that were permitted to expire by the applicant, I vote no.
Okay, thank you very much for your commentary, and I respect your decisions. You've always been a stand-up guy and straight with us at all times. Member Brandes?
I wanted to take this opportunity to actually thank our chair and the public for allowing us to carry over this meeting so that I would have an opportunity to weigh in on this very important decision. And in view of that, I did dedicate time to watching the meeting. I read the seeker very carefully. I listened to all of the remarks that were made and all of the speeches that were made at this meeting and the vote. I want to start by saying this was not an easy decision. This was not an easy process for anybody. We had to deliberate, we met, we had work sessions, we had lots of debates back and forth with all of the principal parties involved, and we also had the input of our consultants. And as much as we would all like to think of ourselves as experts on every subject, we do the very best we can with the information and the data that is presented to us. I am sure that there is a lot of issue with regard to the parking and the traffic, but I also have to take into account the compelling case that was made by our consultants who are experts in their field. I am not. That said, and weighing all of the issues and all of the discussions and all the debates that we have had and all the time we have spent in these work sessions working with the applicant, it is my belief that at this time, with all the information and the facts that I have seen before me and deliberated on, that I'm going to vote yes on this project. And I think that what happens forward of here, of course, it has to go to planning, but it is incumbent on our applicant to honor the decision of this board by, in fact, fulfilling this promise of building an architecturally beautiful building and something that will grace Main Street and be something that we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay, thank you. And the vote was paused after Member Scalzo, and we are confident that having the full board here so that everyone can hear everyone's opinion is the best thing to do. I believe that the record will show that Member Ringwald and Member Scalzo have voted, so I would ask Nancy to continue the roll.
What I would do, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I would make a motion to just reopen the vote. Because you all voted to suspend.
You're right. I apologize. You're right. Absolutely. So I will make a motion to reopen the vote. Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Nancy, please call the roll.
Member Ringwald.
Oh, they did.
Well, he did it right.
Start with member.
No, we would start with Member Barandas.
In favor?
Member Palladino,
Opposed?
and Chairman Gallo.
In favor. Okay, thank you, Tuckahoe, and we appreciate everyone's understanding in the majority vote. Thank you very much. Good night. We'll see you in July. Oh, I need a motion to close the meeting of June 10th is today's date, right?
Motion to close.
Second, and anybody second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.